Hello, team. Been a while. Yeah, pretty dull start to the week. Market's not doing much at all. Just going over to commodities. We see copper off a little, but the index is up a little bit. Uh, Oil is holding on despite what's going on in Russia. Um, Wheat's having a good day, but it's a long way from the highs back last year. Had a good run last week. But yeah, I don't see too much in that. Natural gas starting to heat up, um, as you would expect as it comes in. Well, it's the northern summer, isn't it? So um, yeah, you would think that it would be a bit weaker during the summer, less demand for it. Coming over to bonds, the short end just tracking sideways pretty much. If we're looking at the 1 hour chart here, in the top right, just going sideways for the last couple of days. The 10 years, the longer end, a little bit weaker, but still holding up around the 3.7 to not going too far. We come into the stock land and peaked last week and has been slowly deteriorating. It's kind of getting ahead of itself. That AI boom starting to come off. All the excitement of AI for the last 2 months starting to wear off. And we look at currencies. US dollar dipped a little, but just traded sideways for most of the day. Very boring. Nothing happening there. But looking for this to cycle back up towards these highs now. And then we go through the Aussie. Got spanked because of the Chinese stimulus package wasn't as strong as expected, and the commodities came off. And Canberra's not doing anything other than selling their soul. So still sort of stuck in this range of 66 to 68, or the larger range, which is this May low, 65 to 69. But I'd say 66, 68. No reason to come out of that right now. Euro dollar, there's talk that it's going to be going higher, and I do like, from a technical point of view, it's got above the moving average and stopped on it and bounced off that on the daily time frame. And there's a bit of support level, sort of came and filled this this news gap up. It's come back and filled that in, and then bounced off that level of support. So from a technical point of view, yeah, that could go higher, and the argument is that they'll be raising rates more than the US. Well, maybe not as high as the US, but they're behind the US at the moment, and so they'll be playing catch up, and that's a valid argument. It just requires, if the stock market continues to fall, the US dollar is the safe haven, right? So in the fall last week in the stock market, the yen was not, and gold was not. Both came off last week, but US dollar strengthened. So US dollar is the safe haven play, and the stocks continue to weaken, then US dollar should continue to strengthen, and that's why I'm not so certain about being super bullish the euro. But from a technical point of view, if you don't care about fundamentals and you're just looking at technicals, that does look like a buying opportunity. Cable also looks like a buying opportunity. Finding support off this high back here, which it was trying to break. You've got that double top sort of there. It broke through this double top, came back and rallied, and it's now using that double top as support. So I haven't seen any major buying come in yet. In fact, it's more probably selling. But if you do see some buying step in, then I think this is the opportunity again. It's got to beat the US dollar, and that might be hard for it to do. And yen, you just can't get on it. It just goes so aggressive at times. It's hard to try and jump on the bandwagon, and certainly very hard to try and sell in front of a steaming train. Stand in front of a train trying to change its direction, you're better off jumping on it. Rip your arm out of your socket as it goes past, but yeah, it's tricky to try and buy or sell at these levels. And don't forget that the BOJ have got that line in the sand at 145, which they sort of came in towards the end of last year with, saying that they will defend that. They possibly still there. So just be careful of that and trying to buy for too much more upside with that line in the sand there. So that's it for today, and we'll try and see you tomorrow. Bye.